Congrats.
Thank you.
Wow. So Tennessee's 30% of the field's from Cookeville going to California.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
40% of the field, 40% is coming from Tennessee if you include Brooke. It's kind of strange, huh?
Huh? I mean, you put a bunch of like-minded people together and that's what happens.
Yeah. So unusual path to the games this year, obviously. How hard was it on your training and your mental state heading into this online portion, online phase?
It wasn't really. You know, we sat down as a team, Shane, Tia, and I, and just put a plan together of like, all right, these are the rules, this is what we can expect, and really broke it down to, all right, we can only do what we can do, you know, so what do we have control over? And, you know, we took a hold of those things and then everything else just pushed it to the wayside. And we put an attack plan together. You know, when there was shutdowns and stuff, it's like I've built this home gym for that scenario of if I can't go into an affiliate, I don't want to skip a beat. So that's what we got here.
What'd you think of the tests?
I liked them. You know, day one, it was 4 events and they were all short, fast, heavy. You know, it was cool. I think day 2, you know, we got to test some longer time domains. Let's say something like GHDs, drag rope, and heavy, like really heavy power cleans. Mm-hmm. It's not a combination we see too often, so I think that was a really cool test of people just, all right, we all know the workout Annie, but this has nothing to do with the regular workout Annie, you know, in terms of stimulus or, you know, if you're good at one doesn't mean you're good at the other. So, yeah, I thought it was fun. You know, I really like the format. You know, I like that you're only allowed to do the workouts once. You know, we saw some people that, you know, they're open superheroes. Mm-hmm. But to the people that know them, it's like, all right, well, that's because they're doing the workouts 3-4 times each. And so that doesn't translate to competition. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, no, you have an official judge. It's not your friend judging you anymore. You can only do the workout once, and it has to be in this time slot. It has to be in this order. So I really like that aspect of it. I thought, given the tools that they had to work with, they ran a great event.
Did you have a particular workout or test that was your favorite?
You know, I really liked event 7. Mm-hmm. You know, those are some movements that I've really worked on. You know, Fran, for me, that was just going in. I knew, like, I don't need to think during this. I can just put down the pedal, and I don't have any competitors around me to know, okay, am I doing well? Am I doing poorly? Anything. So I can't gauge my speed off the people around me. So just put the pedal down and give her hell. Front squat, you know, super pleased with that. 20-pound PR, 1K row, super pleased with that. I think I PR'd by 3 seconds. So even though those 2 events I didn't win, they were my lowest placements, I think. You know, they were big PRs for me, so I was through the roof with those.
Yeah, that's awesome. You and Tia, obviously in the same gym during this. Did you have a favorite event, like watching her? You just stopped what you did and just watched her?
I mean, I watched all her events. You know, we would flop back and forth on who would go first. Mm-hmm. We said that, okay, whoever is, if a workout's in your wheelhouse, you go first. Mm-hmm. You know, watching her do event 7 was just mind-blowing because, you know, she's better at all of that than me. So I said, all right, you set the pace and I'll base my speed off what you did. And she went way faster than me. And so it was really impressive to watch.
There was some downtime, obviously, during that. Was there like a moment that you want to share that, you know, that you and Tia just found comical, or just something that was just kind of took you away from the competition? Anything that sticks out?
Can't really think of anything. You know, it's like when we're in competition mode, like it's laser focused. You know, Shane's juggling both of our warm-ups. You know, thankfully we have, you know, Sammy here, that she's feeding both of us, taking care of us. I have O'Keefe running around, setting up equipment, working with the judges. So Tia and I really got to just sit back and just focus on competing. But I mean, as soon as one of us would finish an event, we would tell the other one how it felt, what to expect, how it went compared to our strategy, and then that person goes and lays down for an hour or two until the next event. So we were pretty focused in the whole time.
That's awesome. It's like scouting reports essentially.
Yeah.
Were you leaderboarding at all, or how were you doing that? Was Shane keeping you up to date, or were you checking that yourself?
No, we were watching the update show,
Okay.
just like everyone else.
Yeah.
What was really funny was, being in this situation of like the open, it's over such a longer period that, you usually start hearing chit chat back and forth between other athletes of like, oh, so-and-so did this time and this time. So you can kind of gauge if you should redo it or, where you're going to fall in the rankings. But with this, it was just, you had no idea. Like the first workout this morning on the track, I finished and just kind of shrugged the shoulders like, all right, I don't know if that was good or bad or like, I have no idea. So yeah, it's kind of exciting sitting there and then like you see the results pop up and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't do as poorly as I thought, like the 1K row or the front squat, it's fun.
Were you communicating with any of the athletes at all, or you just laser focused on just you and Tia?
No, I think it was before the event started. I think the night before I shot Pat and Brent both a text of like, all right, boys, good luck this weekend. Like, let's all punch our ticket to Cali,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Tia, she's worked out at CrossFit Calf Killer before. Have you done that before? Or okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't unfamiliar grounds.
No, so yeah, we've trained there together. She did the Rogue Invitational there, and yeah, we'll pop up there every once in a while. They're great people up there. It's a small space but nice, so it feels cozier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we stay in touch with the owners up there
That's
and train up there every once in a while.
Obviously, with so many events during, I guess, 36 hours, how big of a role did recovery play during the last 2 days of competition?
A lot more than I thought. I thought when they announced that it was only a 2-day workout, I was like, oh, great, it's only 2 days, like recovery's not going to be an aspect. I was a little surprised that after 4 events, just like with how much weight and the intensity that went into them, I was pretty sore and tired. So, having access to my house and, pull up a massage table, Sammy does body work on me, having the sauna and the cold tub, it's very ideal recovery. So it was nice.
So now we move on to the ranch.
Yeah.
How do you train for the ranch?
I don't know if you do anything differently. We have a great training plan here. We have great programming, great coach, great training partner. I think we just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Going back to the leaderboard, anything on the leaderboard that just kind of, obviously the leaderboard just came out the final one. Anything that just popped out at you?
I was surprised. There were a few names that I was expecting to be up at the top, and if like you expect to see Noah's name up at the top, but I was expecting BKG, Vellner. Once I saw day 1 of programming, I was like, okay, Fikowski's fighting an uphill battle here, but you still expect him to see him in the mix.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what happened with those guys, but I'm sure I know I have a text from Pat. So yeah, I'm sure I'll talk to them the next day or two and kind of get their feelings on it.
Yeah. Well, how do you celebrate? I guess winning that first phase in terms of food. What?
Oh, Sammy is cooking up chili cheese dogs right now and pizza, and then she cooked a carrot cake cheesecake the other day, and I was like, okay, that needs to wait until after the competition. So yeah, we're gonna dig in on that tonight. Yeah, not much of a celebration, it's more just like, okay, we just had a couple days of hard training. It's time to kick the feet up for a couple days before we get back into it and start that last phase of training.
Yeah, because it's gonna come really fast.
Gonna come very
It's not
quickly.
like regionals and then you have 2 or 3 months of the games. It's less than a month almost.
Yeah, so we're taking a couple days. Sam and I are going on a quick little vacation, and then it's well, I mean, we'll be back before the end of the week.
Yeah.
We're already talking about training, and I had to tell Shane, like, okay. Take a couple days, and then we'll talk about what the plan is. So,
last question: anything you want to say to your fans and supporters? I mean, you could look right in there and just tell them.
Thank you for the support. Thanks for coming on the ride. We got a couple more weeks, but it's going to be good.
That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah, thanks, man. No problem.